Wow, what's good, my fellow peasants? So the camera almost just dropped. How are you doing? I'm back. Kind of. Not really. I'm actually here in the USA, the land of the free. I cannot get this camera straight. Might have to just watch it wonky. Rock, flag, and eagle. This is Ambridge, Pennsylvania. And I've been away for a little while, guys. Off streams. Live streams, content creating, everything. Since I've been out here for a number of reasons. I've been diving into cool new projects and just getting immersed in those. I will be here for the Rebirth, but it's kind of a just big hiatus. And the main fact, the most critical one, I broke my bloody Mac. I shattered it into 1,000 bloody pieces. Classic me. Can't be trusted with any tech. Basically, I was there. Bree has a big German Shepherd, and he was rooting through the trash. I was like, "Oi, stop rooting through the trash!" And I turned and fucking yeeted my Mac off the desk. I sent it to the Mac store with a shattered screen, and they want to charge me $1,200. $1,200 for something I can buy brand new for $1,400. I was like, "Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me?" I was like, well, at least I'll get another year warranty after paying $1,200. And they're like, no, actually, we can't guarantee it will even work after we do the repair, and we may delete all your data. So it's left me in a pickle. So I don't have my Mac. That's why I'm doing this very ruggedy format, and I can't do much editing with it. We're going to do this in one take, guys. Now, I should have picked a better spot than by the side of a noisy road. But anyway, it was pure coincidence that I saw the Game Awards, totally forgot it was happening, and the Rebirth trailer, the Rebirth dropped, and what a format for it to drop in. My goodness, Aerith, just blasting a power ballad. Aerith has pipes. She can dunk notes for days. My reaction was the same as Cloud's, like when he stood in the wings watching her, just like wobbly iris, like. And yeah, it was really cool with the orchestra, like, damn. I thought that the trailer was great. Some of you might disagree. I even thought the entire Game Awards show was great. I know a lot of people disagree with that. And I know, like, Jeff, he goes on about world premieres to an insufferable degree. Like, this is a world premiere. Did I mention this is a world premiere? This is a world premiere. But you've got to give them credit. They brought the juice. And on top of the aesthetics of, like, the stage and the orchestra and sort of the basically the configuration of it. It was a bit too long and there was some ads. But I thought the show was great. And there I am, and I see Rebirth, and I'm losing my shit. I'm going absolutely mental. I'm humming. I'm levitating because I'm vibrating so hard. And the initial impression I got, so I can't give you guys a reaction, but we're going to cover what I loved about it, and then we're going to do some theory juice. We're going to deep dive. Because this trailer ripped the mask off, and it confirmed to me the theories, which I hope you guys have seen, of the 5 Kabbalistic worlds, and we're going to cover it too much here, but that trailer confirms it. And I can't wait to see how these other theory crafters and YouTubers who have been advocating, screaming, hollering, screeching, but no, Pez, no. There's dude, how it works is there's 2 timelines, and Sephiroth time travelled, and we were over here, and now they're dead here, so it's only this timeline, and it's now straightforward, and actually it's a like for like going forward. And they've tried to come up with this, like, very linear, like, so they're dead here, and now it's only this timeline, this chapter. I said, no, that's not how this is working at all. Square Enix don't introduce themes of this kind of scale and magnitude just to then reverse pedal on all of it. Oh yeah, you know all that crazy, like, dimensionality, like, stuff we just teased up? Yeah, we're shutting that all down, and it's going to be... No. So people were wrong when they were saying, yeah, they're dead. They're also saying wrong when they said it's just 2 basic-ass timelines. Actually, I'll cover that in a sec, because the thing that's jumped to my mind I want to talk about most, I love most, and I've got chills thinking about it. Freaking Dean, man. Dine, whatever you call him. Chills. I said from day one, if any of you have watched this channel, you know I've been saying that for me to stay excited and confident with the part of this trilogy that I love, and Square Enix taking on this new nutty, crazy, titillating, twisting, turning, brain-rupturing direction with all these compilation elements just mixing and weaving into a new what the fuck. For me to be confident with that and happy, I need to see that the simple, the poignant, the powerful, potent scenes of the original are still respected in there. And I said, there's none other more poignant for me than Dean. And when I see him, I will feel confident that this is the remake that I want for me, personally. You could disagree with that, but... And there he was, guys. And I've said it before, why Dean's is such a powerful thing. Not only did it just imprint into me when I was young, I just cried, the weight of it. It was also the simplicity of it. This very gritty, like grizzled, these two big, gruff coal miners. These emotionally jaded men. Having this very simplistic, like very separate to all of the big grandiose themes of like Sephiroth and Turks and Shinra and meteors and weapons and all this craziness. Just this very simple moment of this man who knows that he's a murderer, knows that his mind is broken, knows that he's too far gone, and even sadder than that, knows that the devil inside him is something he cannot be and has no hope of being, and can't even bring himself to the idea of even holding his long estranged daughter because of the blood on his hands. Even just saying it, man, even saying it just takes me back. And just see that in that trailer, finally brought to life, realized, actualized, this one scene, this one moment that I've been imagining and talking about and hoping for so much, to see it and to see how well it was done, to see the expression in his voice, Dean's voice, to see how they emoted his face, just that complex web of total, like, I was going to say, psychopathy, total mania, anger, hatred, as well as just deep grief and despair, all mixed and culminated into one expression. Anyway, I've gone on enough about Dean's thing. I love that, and that's when things started then getting nuts. On top of the other faithful things that look great and I love about this, the summons, we had Titan in there, Phoenix, Bahamut Zero, even the Chocobo dude with the green suit, and everything with Dio, all the other familiar elements being respected. But then we had Aerith, Zack standing over Aerith, and for me, my whole body seized up. I was like, is my theory right? Is my theory right? That they ain't dead. They're in a coma space. The coma space theme has been there since OG. Cloud has been in multiple coma spaces. Shalua Ray was in one and is still in one. Lucrezia's in one. And they showed Jesse's dad in one. And I said they did not do all of this and even show us that and remind us of it. For this not to be a coma space. That a coma space in 7 is essentially when a spirit body has left its real body. Their spirit bodies are elsewhere. They're in the rebirth. Upon the Shevaret Hakalim, the shattering of the spiritual vessel, which is what Sephiroth did, where you pour, this works in science as well, when you pour infinite light and matter, and you pour it into a space of infinite density, a point in space and time, infinitely small. When you pour all of that into that, that's what creates black holes. That's what creates crazy quantum science, but in a spiritual sense, and a singularity. But in a spiritual sense, that's what the Ein Sof did in the Kabbalah. The Sephirots, the 9 Sephirots were poured into the physical world, a shell, a husk, a clypoth. But the spiritual power was too great to be contained in this dense, small space, and it caused an explosion. And just like I said, the number of Harbinger flashes, 6, is the number of Sephirots that broke in the Kabbalah. 6 shattered, and what it did is it created a spiral, a never-ending circuit that loops on itself, that souls have to navigate through in which to escape. And that is the 5 worlds of the Kabbalah. And I said, we've only seen 3 so far. And that there will be a 4th one. It'll be at Aerith's death. The first one was OG FF7. The second one is the reopening that Sephiroth did, the remake. The third one is the Edge of Creation. That's the Singularity event. And like I said, that's created even in the Kabbalah. At that level, the only being that has awareness is the angel Shekinah. A very dark, angelic character. That's absolutely what Sephiroth is based upon. Anyway, I won't explain this too much. But what I said is that means we still got 2 worlds to go. And that with each world hop, what happens? Awareness of the soul psyche, of soul memory, of soul purpose, of self increases with every world hop. This is the purpose of transcending from the spiritual plane down towards the Malkuth, the physical plane. And it gets denser and denser in physicality. And this is what Sephiroth is dragging everything towards. Because that's his goal. His goal has always been to turn the spiritual and drag it down into a vessel, one that he can travel the cosmos with. Make the physical, the spiritual, physical, corporeal. And that's what happened upon that explosion event. Zack, who was in the live stream, Biggs, who was also dead, because he definitely fucking died on that pillar, they're in the live stream, but the live stream is no longer the live stream. The live stream has been corporealized. And I said that Zack and Biggs will team up. I mean, loads of people probably called that, but my reason for it is they're going to team up, and what they're going to do, they're going to see from Elmira or the TV that their bodies have just been absconded, loaded onto a plane and taken off. And they're going to go and try to get their body back. And there we have it. Big saying, the others died, but I didn't. Why? And I've got to keep this short, so I don't have much battery. Yeah, to see Zack with Aerith, and for me, then Marlene. I mean, just confirming. Can I tell you a secret? When she wakes up, a scary man's going to come kill her. Because what I was saying, guys, is that what we're going to have is the 4th world hop at Aerith's death, at the Forbidden Capital. She's going to be praying. What I said is that upon her death, the slash, that is going to create another implosion, another essentially jump onto the 4th spiritual husk, and awareness will increase on that, just like we're going to see it increased in the Rebirth. And I said to you guys, not only has it been increasing through the remake, but based on the mannerisms of Sid Highwind, this will confirm to me whether this theory is right. And I said that because, of course, Vincent, Sid and Yuffie, they didn't pass through Destiny's portal, but we're going into a world that's going to have Yuffie and Vincent and Sid in it. But if spiritual awareness is increased like it has been increasing for the characters, like Cloud and Tifa, and like even Tifa questioning things now, like much earlier in this. There's a few other areas that is happening very significantly, but I can't bring it to mind. And I said, based on how Sid Highwind shows up, because if he does have this increased soul memory and awareness, he's going to show up different to how he showed up in the OG. You know, the wife beating, sit down and shut up and drink your goddamn tea, like haggard, doesn't give a fuck about anything persona. That Sid could actually show up very different. And that if this soul psyche and this increasing of awareness comes in, we could actually see Sid show up already developed, like his character development jumped. And there he is, running up to Aerith. Miss Aerith, is there anything I can do? Is there anything I can help with? I feel this need to help. Come on. That Sid doesn't come about until after Cloud takes the knee. You know, he gets Mako poisoned, Sid steps up as the leader, and then we see that Sid actually has this dutiful hero in him, essentially. He's not just a smoking piece of shit. And to see, and I said, you know, it's possible that will just happen. It's also possible that Aerith will have to touch their heads, like she did with Red, you know, to remind him, turn him from a beast to calm. Oh, that was it. Yeah, Red. Prime example. Red doesn't decide he's going on the hunt to help fight Sephiroth and find him until after Cosmo Canyon. He's deciding that out the gate of leaving Midgar. And the thing that made him decide that much earlier was his contact with Aerith. So to see Sid's character development jumped because he's seeing Aerith and come in contact with her, that's confirming to me of how the world structures work. I love it. I said, when they wake up in their bodies again, I think it could be at Junon, it could be at the Shinra Mansion. I think it would be cool if it was Junon, because Tifa wakes up on a stretcher on disc 3 and the meteor's coming down. I was like, they're going to come back to their bodies. And that essentially, we're going to play some sort of either reunion theme. I said the way that it's going to happen is going to nexus at the Forbidden Capital. And either Zack will be on one end, in the world of Baraya, while she's here in Yetzira, the spiritual worlds with Bala. And that as she dies here, she wakes up here. Wakes up with Zack. And I even said the idea that potentially both of them will get killed. Sephiroth will take them both out. Imagine them shish kebabbing the Zereth in one go. Something dark, something that's going to blow and fuck up our minds, and it's going to be brutal. I think it could be something like that. And now to see, yes, Marlene saying to Zach, when she wakes up, the scary man's going to come to kill her. That means that Zach is going to be there guarding Aerith's body. And yeah, the fact that the whispers are floating around, the thing that rips dimensionalities, they're floating around Aerith. When Nomura said, yeah, the ghosts are gone, I said, I don't know. And then he started backpedaling, saying they're kind of in it, they're kind of not. And I really thought that was hinting that and I still think it is the case, that the people mourning in the church, when Zach goes there, they're whispers. And it's true. There is a spiritual membrane separating these two worlds, and on each side, only one soul can exist. A soul can only be in one place. So if the soul's over here, anyone over here is going to see it as a whisper. Does that work on the inverse? Will Zach be seeing whispers? I don't think necessarily, because I think he is closer to the live stream gradient. But more or less, there they were, floating around Aerith. And the fucking altar scene! They're whispering in the back! The very thing that would allow another shattering event. Another slicing of dimensionality, of spirituality, of spiritual core itself. And I said that the reason they're going to go back to Zach's line is because in the Kabbalah, you descend. It's not an ascent towards heaven, towards spirituality, towards purity and divinity. It's the opposite. You're going into the shit. And what I said is that Sephiroth broke the vessels. Aerith had to hijack the crew off their spirit bodies into a new world where they could create new potentialities, because that world had become a Clipoth, which is a world that has become spiritually impure and corrupt. It's essentially a hell, a demon world, a purgatory. That is Sephiroth. That is what Sephiroth has created. And to see the directors themselves call it that, that is the world of chaos, and the line that we're on in the Rebirth, Cloud and Aerith and Tifa and whatnot, and we're seeing at the Golden Saucer, this is called the world of live stream. They've differentiated between the two, chaos and live stream. And the chaos is essentially a Clipoth. And in this, they can do all their crazy shenanigans. They can even do Genesis. They can play Angeal if they want. I think they're going to go for something more like a Veld, Marco kind of theme. I'll cover this in another theory. But it's the world that's gone to shit. And that when the crew comes back, I think that's then the line they're going to have to tackle, because by that point they've hit the realm that in the Kabbalah is run by pernicious angels of destruction, who are looking to subvert for themselves the divinity. They're looking to siphon it off and corrupt it. Exactly what Sephiroth's trying to do. So anyway, guys, that trailer just laid out everything that I need to know. I might cut the video off any minute because the battery is about to die. So if there is no outro to this, it's because it's died. But I'm so excited. I loved all of that. It was just absolutely confirming. Really awesome to see. Very, very emotive. And I can't wait for this iteration. The size, the scale, the grandeur of it. The perfect blend of faithfulness and pure excitement of where this is going and speculation of where it's going. Let me know in the comment section what you guys think. What do you vibe from seeing it? I feel like I'm missing so much. I mean, there's obviously cool stuff. There was Final Fantasy 16, getting its DLC is confirmed. Rising Tides, the Levy DLC is happening. There's a couple of other juices in there I'll talk about another time. I think 16 also got the Music Award. Did 14 get Community? Nah, actually, I don't think that did. All round, a good night. A good night at the Gaming Awards for Final Fantasy fans. I started shitting the bed that 9 Remake was going to show up. I'm also starting to dance around because I need to pee. And you know, old man Pez, when he needs to pee, it's 0 to 100. So I've got to go. And it might be the excitement as well, constricting my bladder. Oh my goodness. Good times. Good times. And now it just makes me wonder, when Aerith does wake up, who is this scary man? Obviously, we think it's Sephiroth, obviously. But I really do think Marco is a big role. I think Marco, Clone 49, not only is he a being that's been in the series the entire time, he's a secret, he's a mystery that was hidden in the basement of the mansion, that interacted with Veld, the previous ex-leader of the Turk, took him over and demonstrated to us one thing. that there are beings. This was the only Sephiroth clone in existence that demonstrated it could actively use Jenova's abilities. It could consciously and purposely dream weave. Something I've been saying I think would be awesome for Cloud to do, to get control of the Jenova cells in his body. Obviously Sephiroth has also done it. His will subverted Jenova's. Imagine Cloud's being able to do it. What could Cloud potentially do with those powers? Think about that. That'd be so cool. Even in that trailer, Cloud's saying, my memories are a mess. I know things that I have no right knowing. I think if Cloud, in this series, through these evolutions of the concentric circles of spirituality, the 5 worlds of Kabbalah, increases his awareness, brings the will that he gathered from Advent Children to now, was able to actually dream weave actively himself. And I bring this up because there is one other being that has been able to dream weave. It kind of is Marco, but it is what Marco is. And no one knows this. No one on the internet knows this. I'm going to show you guys in the next video. Subscribe, comment, like, all that jizzle. Jizzle. What? And I'll show you who this character was. Because remember, Jenova Dreamweaver, who we just fought in the first part, was Marco. Marco turned into Jenova Dreamweaver. He's been dreamweaving, he will continue dreamweaving, so too will Cloud, and this is playing a very important role in what also goes hand in hand with this, like traveling through the gradients of the spiritual worlds. Because remember, the spiritual worlds, they're built upon the premise of memory. Memory equals soul, soul equals life stream, and that is the building blocks of the world. And the fact that this is being shattered, violated, manipulated, the fact that Sephiroth has essentially been able to create an entire Clipoth realm by violating memory itself. Like I said at the highway, the memories of everyone, they're like rain rolling off his back. He doesn't care. He doesn't care about the sanctity of their memory. And because memory is power, and memory can literally physically alter and manipulate the world and dimensionality. That's what's going on. That's what's always been going on from day one. It's not just just time travel. Fucking what? Sephiroth created a time machine. Like, when you actually go and you link together what the premise of 7 is built upon, and what's we're being shown directly in these trailers, I think you'll see that, yeah, the theories I've been doing, I think they're pretty tight, guys. I think they're pretty tight. I think they're a lot tighter than a lot of people who, at least the ones who are like, yep, they're dead. Told you guys. Well, no, they're all dead. No, they're not. They're not. They're in comas. And I think it'll be so bittersweet. I think it'll be extra, like, kick in the dick if, like, Aerith does die on Bariah level, or yet 0 level, I'll say. Goes to Bariah level, where Zack is, and then, shit. What if the scary man, what if Sephiroth does try to kill both Zack and Aerith in that moment? What's going to happen? Shit, what if the scary man is Genesis? Could be. At the end of the day, Aerith is essentially usurping Minerva as the life stream goddess. That's why everyone calls her mother in Advent Children. So does Kadaj. Because she's becoming essentially the new goddess of the life stream. I wonder if Minerva could get salty and set Genesis on her. That would be a cool kind of fucking twist. That would be a cool twist. They have said this is going up to the Forbidden Capital, and the ending is going to blow people's minds. It's going to shock you, shock all of us. I think it could be something twisty like that. Axe her with Sephiroth on one end, Genesis tries to fucking on the other. I know, a lot of people don't want Genesis, but yeah. All I can say, guys, is I personally loved everything I see. Really, really fitting and in line with the sort of the headcanons I've had. Very supporting of it. And all in all, what an absolute beautiful time to be alive and be a Final Fantasy fan. I'm going to go home. I'm going to play the 16 DLC. It came out for free. Shadow dropped. Really freaking cool. And yeah, I may not be on much over the next month or two. I'm really, really busy. Booking a lot of stuff, doing a lot of projects. So yeah, I'll probably see you guys sort of sometime next year. I need to go piss. Thank you for watching this video, and until the next one. Goodbye.